Hello, this is Marshall and welcome to my garden diary. And I just wanted to take a look or a closer look with you at this beautiful, beautiful rose bloom here. Look at that. I am not even going to try and describe it. And I hope the color is coming through. Unfortunately, the scent can't because it smells so good. And these blooms are huge. Not only that, but as you can see, it blooms quite a bit. So that's the first bloom that opened, and it has been open for over a week now, and it has been quite warm and it's still there. So that means that this rose is hardy, and this rose likes to hang on to the fruits of its labor because I have a huge respect for plants because sometimes I or we take them for granted and we only want to see the beautiful flowers or the beautiful leaves, but they have to work quite a bit to get those flowers there. So I try not to just go around and take away the flowers or the bloom from the plant. Maybe I'm a little bit of an extremist. I don't even like cut flowers. I like to enjoy the blooms on the plants themselves. Yeah, because, yeah. So that one has been open for about a week now. And as you can see, the blooms are quite large. There are quite a bit on this plant. So there are one, two, three, four, five over there, and six. And because they are so large, some of them are even hanging down because it's a bit of a load for the plant. So this is the first full year. I don't even think we've had this plant for a year yet because I think we bought it in autumn last year. And so it's not in the garden a full year yet, but it's doing very well this year. I think one of the reasons is because it gets plenty of water. It's in full light, but not full sun the whole day. So for the whole morning, it will be in the shadows, and then in the afternoon, though, it gets full sun. So it's not in the full sun for the whole day. So it gets time to relax and do its thing, and then it gets enough water and enough sun so that I think it's well. As we can see, it's quite happy where it is there. So has nice leaves. This at this side of the garden, I haven't noticed any pests that are eating away at the leaves. So that is good. That also is a sign that the plant is quite vigorous. When a plant is healthy and vigorous, it tends to also fight off pests. Not all the time, but most times, then it's strong enough to fight off any kind of pest. And pests seem to want to attack more plants that are weak already. So if the plant is healthy and happy, then they tend not to get attacked as much by pests. And we try not to use any pest control, anything harmful in the garden because we just want to have as natural a garden as possible. So yeah, we have many insects and they take care of each other. Insect eats insect. The stronger ones survive. Yes, and it's not always like that, but even if some plants get eaten up, I don't really mind that much because it's just the nature of things. I'm not the type who think that all the plants have to be completely perfect, that all the leaves have to be perfect. And so I don't get stressed out if things are not going perfectly. But this is perfect right here. This is going really good, and I'm happy to share this plant with you. Uh, it smells so good. The wind just came from the other direction, and there's a whiff of the smell, and yeah, it's a good one. It's a keeper. You know, when we buy roses, we don't know what we're buying. We just like roses. We're not specialists. My husband and I, we're not specialists in roses. We just buy plants because we like them. But then it usually turn out that we like what we get. And with our garden, we don't stress about things too much. We do our best to give the garden or the plants what they need. But if there's a particular plant that doesn't survive, then we use that or take that as a learning experience and say, okay, it was nice to have that plant. Now we know that that is not a plant for our garden. And so, yeah, gardening is about learning, and there's so many different types of plants, and not every plant will fit the type of garden that we have, and we're aware of that. So if something doesn't survive, then we know that that's not a plant for our garden. Okay, so before I finish this video, this rose plant is beside at the back where we have our fern and our hostas, and right over there. And what I'm going to quickly do is just to go around this side here. And look what's going on here. Another hot day in Germany. So the best way to do this, and just look at the pots. Marigold, that is just one plant, and marigolds can get quite big, so that is just doing very well. And we have our small rose here opening. I don't know the name of this one, but it has really nice red blooms, and this will be full of blooms in a bit. And yeah, so with the marigold, I'll just go up and show you this because this is quite, so that is a spent bloom from the marigold, and as you can see, there are so many seeds tucked in there, and I need to come in and get those out if I don't want the whole area here to be full of marigold, and I don't because that's just one plant there, and we see how huge it is. Beautiful, nice blooms, reliable, but one is enough right now for that area. So I'll have to, even though it's hot, this is a easy job. So sometime throughout the day, I'll just come and just pluck those off because I don't want them to start planting themselves out. So let's just go over here. This tree is getting huge. We had it from a seedling. Our neighbor from the whole house that we lived at before gave this to us, and it was so small, that's why we planted it to right there. But don't make the same mistakes that we do. Small trees get big. Even though this has been here, we've had this for about 9 years. Yeah, but even if it's 9 years, you have to think about the future. So I wanted to look at this area. Oh, look at that. And alliums are getting to another stage of their existence, which I like. Alliums are one of my favorite plants. I like them a lot. Give a lot of not drama, but a depth to the garden. This is just another element of the garden. It's not green anymore. It's not purple. It's another color. It's architectural, I think, because it's just rising up like that. Yeah. So this area here is the area that I need to work on for next year, because as you can see, that part of the garden is just full of colors and lots and lots of colors and lots of things going on there. And here, also lots of colors, very, very good, very, very pleased with here. So I'm actually very pleased with that side of the garden. There a little bit of shifting that I need to do, a little bit of planning, but not excuse me, not much will change, just a couple of things. And here is quite okay. All the colors will come soon, so to that point is totally okay. Here I need to work on a little bit more so that I will have more color flowing through the different seasons. Yeah, in spring there are colors going on, but at this time of the year there's nothing going on right there. The iris finished blooming very fast. We have some other things that will come later in the summer. But right there, I think I'm going to plant some of the Turkish carnation, and that will give some color to this area at this time of the year. Um, this is okay here. Actually have some iris that are still, I don't come over this side. Maybe that's the thing. I do not come over this side of the garden very often. But here we have some of the purple iris that are still blooming here. And it's kind of hard to notice because of the taller plants that are there. So yeah, that will stay. But I'll just need to come in and put some other colors in here. And I think the perfect thing that fit with here, because I already have them in the garden, will be some of the Turkish carnation. I could put marigold here, but yeah, maybe I'll put Turkish carnation and marigold here because that will, it's just not, it's just too green here. We have hibiscus, those will come in August, September, but in comparison to that part of the garden, I just think that I need to even it out or balance it out just a little bit more here. All right. I'll look at this plant in another video because it has just gotten huge. We've had that for a while as well. And then just the last thing before we finish today, this is the peach tree that I cut back, and it's growing, or there are some leaves that are there, so that is good. But I'm not sure what's happening with this side of it, if leaves will grow there or not. But there's some that are growing down here. Yeah, so I'll wait for fall to see how it does. I might have to cut back some of it a little bit more. I'll just wait for fall to see what happens. I mean, I will definitely not cut back that will definitely stay. I'll just have to pay attention to this side and see what, if anything happened there, how to deal with the tree from there on. Okay, I am going to finish there for today. We are going to get lots of berries from this area. As soon as that start happening, I'll let you know how that looks. But yeah, okay, that's it for this video. I will see you in the next one.